Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mapping It Out Wednesday. And this Wednesday, Akila is going to talk to us a little bit about her program that involves, wait for it, drumroll, AI. So, Akila, I'm so excited to learn about this program. Please share with us, what is it all about? How does it incorporate AI? This is exciting.
Yeah, the title I have for it is Entering into AI Present and Getting Ready for the Future of Work.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that.
because AI is here now. It's no longer the future.
Mm.
And because it's here, and you hear all kinds of scary stories. Like just a couple of weeks ago, we heard that Amazon was laying off 30,000 people
Mm.
because of AI. Well, that was a bit of a red herring. At the very bottom, what it meant is that they needed to get more money to buy NVIDIA chips. You know how expensive those are right now,
Yes.
because their highest profit margin is not from the Amazon stores. That's really a thin margin. It's
Yes.
from the selling or people using their platforms to build AI on,
Yes.
and they need to increase capacity. So the quickest way to get money is to lay off people. And yes, they have all kinds of agents and stuff to help them be more productive. But what's unfortunate about that is that they are also going to lose something important, because those people won't be there for the next stage when they want to build out and build more. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's short-term thinking, but hey, Bezos is extremely wealthy. I'm not going to argue with how he does things, but as you know, I am people first, AI optimized. And
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to get people to get trained, but it's more than getting trained. It is like when you say AI training, you can go on all of these courses and they will start you with, okay, here's what AI is, here's what here's Google's Gemini, and they start you right into the actual prompts,
Mm.
right? So I'm doing this differently because people have so many fears about AI. And for during the kickoff session, I'm doing a couple of things. One, they're going to be doing a motivation map before they start the course. We want to know how they're feeling about it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together the team, like everybody in the class, and show them as a team map, which was their biggest concern, what's motivating them, and why understanding this is important. Okay.
Mm.
So we're going to do that. And then we're also going to talk about, I'm going to do a poll that there's 7 major fears that people have. It's like, losing my job. AI is going to take my job, or I won't understand this and I'll be left way behind.
Mm.
And, they don't know if they can learn at their age, that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is take the 7, we're going to put them in a poll, and there's going to be one more that says other, and they can fill that in. And then we're going to pull that up and see which one are the top 3,
Mm.
because those are the ones. So the most people that pick the top 3, and those are the ones we are definitely going to spend some time on, because this is not just about learning how to do prompts. It's about facing those fears. It's about changing mindset. It's to allow them, it's to allow them to relax and get over those fears, because that's what's going to cause them the real problems. Because you can't perform well when you're afraid.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I would say probably one of those top 7 fears. And I say this a little tongue in cheek because I'm a Gen Xer. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was raised on the idea of the Terminators coming and not only taking our jobs, but enslaving us and taking our life. And I joke about that. And I'm sure people are laughing right now while they're hearing us talk about this. But It is a real fear that people have around technology because of what they've seen in terms of media and film of
Exactly.
the evils of technology. And so that's an important discussion. So while we joke about, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming as
Yeah.
Terminator, the reality is that that is one of the fears that people have. So I love that you're really diving into the fears, not just
Yep.
about AI taking my job or me being left behind or me even being afraid of, the doom and gloom of it, but also helping me as a person that attending the class around the idea of my motivators and how as a group how that really does connect to my willingness and my agility around technology.
And for those people who are more resistant, like I'll be doing when I'm talking about mind change
Mm,
and what's necessary for the mindset to change, I'll be
mm,
doing a lot of Socratic teaching because that's the only way to do that.
yeah.
And so we'll be doing that. And then we're also talking, the way I've structured it is there's 2 sessions per week. The first session is 90 minutes, and it's where we spend about 40, 45 minutes talking about mindset, behavior, ways of thinking, and to give you an example, on the first session, what I'll be doing is I'll say, here's a task that is very common in offices. I'd like you to put in a prompt, whatever you think needs to be said to get it done. And when they get the results, I'll say, okay, let's set that aside. We'll come back to it later. Next, I will teach them a framework for prompting. I've got about 3 or 4, haven't decided which one I want to teach them, but they'll get all 3 or 4 or whatever in the thing of the class. So we'll do that, and I'll say, okay, now do your prompt in this framework.
Mm,
Think it out, put it in there, and then put it in, and let's see what answer you get. And then I'll have them compare the two. What they first did with just give it something, and then with the framework. And then I will take them through a third stage and say, okay, that was great. But now we have to think differently. We have to start trying to think like a computer thinks. It has structure to it. It has, when you put things first, it takes that as more important. When you repeat things more than once, that becomes more important. So how can you get the most important things you want done recognized as this?
mm,
And then we'll do an up-leveled prompt in the framework, and then see what kind of results they get for that.
mm.
So
So really helping people reason out not
mhm,
just here's a prompt, like a lot of programs will say, here's a prompt and we're going to give you like 20, 30 prompts, but you're really helping people reason it out so that they're able to use the frameworks that you're giving them to build their own prompts
I
and
don't
not depend on other people's prompts.
I want to teach them how to fish,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, so that it's not okay. Somebody gave me a prompt, but it's not doing what I want it to do.
Mhm.
They could figure it out, and then they could do that. And then a few days later, we have a 1 hour question and answer. And during that time, we will go through any technical questions. And then I give them a homework of another simple office task that they get to try at home. And that should generate a lot of questions.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be discussing that. And then we'll be talking about, well, when you were doing this, how were you feeling? What was your mindset like? Because another fear is that people have is that they lose their sense of identity. How many people do you know whose identity is tied up in their education, in their position, in what they do? And
A
then
lot
when,
of people.
yes, and then when AI comes along and it can do their job faster, it's like, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so part of what we'll be doing is looking at ways to help them realize that they are more than their job description.
Yeah, and they're also more valuable if
Mm,
they are able to use AI and as also a way to support problem solving,
yes.
right? So,
And that's a very, very good thing you just said. Support problem solving.
mhm,
You do not use it for problem solving alone and then you take the answer it gives you.
right.
You've learned nothing and you're probably going to make mistakes.
Yes.
Um, like I said, for me, I would rather try to solve the problem myself. And then when I've gone as far as I can, then I give the problem to AI. And often it comes back with some of the things that I've did, but because it is trained on all of the knowledge in the world, it comes back with things that I never even knew. And I take that as a learning opportunity. I am
Mhm.
learning, I am growing. It's when you let your mind become lazy because you know what? Your brain is just like any other muscle in your body. You don't use it, it atrophies. You use
Yeah.
it, it strengthens. So
Mhm.
we have a choice in how we want to develop ourselves and our brains in the AI world.
Yes, and the fact that if we're focused on building those critical thinking skills, which problem solving is part of that, it allows us then to be able to discern the information that we're getting from AI. And so that
Yeah.
does not make us obsolete. It's the
No.
exact opposite. It makes us very valuable in the
Well,
workplace.
yeah. Actually, when I'm working with AI, it makes me very proud of myself because I'll ask it to do something and it'll come back. And there was an example today. And I said, yeah, that looks fine, but here is what I'd like to do. And here is why.
Mm,
And it came back and it says, wow, that is really good because what you're doing is you're strengthening this, you're doing that, and it it comes up with all of the positives that my suggestion have added to its solution.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And, and that is what, to me, it's all about. AI as an assistant or a co-worker. And that's one of those other things I want to talk about to them is leadership skills. First, you have to be able to lead yourself, but you are also going to be leading your AI assistant. It has
Mm,
no idea what it has to do by itself. Even agents, where they're talking, agents can do all of this. It has to be woken up by a trigger. It's not
mm,
on all the time. It's not observing what's going on. It can't tell if there's a problem. There's a trigger, wakes it up. It does what it's supposed to do, goes back to sleep.
mm.
Yeah. So it's the human that needs to understand their work and be able to make sure that the AI is doing it right. You know,
What I'm understanding then is this program is really the main goal for this program is really to help people understand how to not become obsolete in the world of AI and to really use it as a tool that enhances their work and makes them valuable, as opposed to fearing that it's going to take your job away.
and because AI is changing so fast,
Mm,
one of the things we're doing with this course, I just love it because it fits with my values. I don't want to charge somebody for something, they go away, and then 2 weeks from now, what they learn is somewhat obsolete.
yeah.
So, what I've done is we've created a club, and you get to join the AI club. If you want to join it, you can. Nobody has to do it, but you get monthly upgrades. You know
Nice.
what's changed in the past month, and you get monthly upgrades. If
Mm.
you want to come back and do the course again because you think, oh, I thought I realized this, but I didn't, you can do it at no additional cost.
Oh, so that's included in the course is the
Yes.
ability to retake the course. So
Yeah.
there's not is there a cap on the number of times I can retake the course?
No.
I just want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can
it's no
hang out.
different than what we do for motivational maps training.
Yes, that's true. You
Yeah,
can retake the motivational maps if you choose to. So
yeah.
I love that. You're really helping people to recognize because sometimes you take something and you don't know what you don't know. And
Hmm.
until you've had the opportunity to practice it and play with it, so to speak, then you realize, oh, I need more help or support with this, or now I finally have a question. So I do like how you've broken up the Q&A happens not in the first half of the course. It's really about here's what you're going to learn, then go apply what you've learned, and then come back with your questions. And then more importantly, as things evolve and change, I will be able to get those updates, and then I can always go back and learn more on, a second go round of the course.
And you know what I say about, I love it when people don't get it right the first time. That's when they learn the most. If you get it right the first time, you're out in the field and you're trying to do something and you go, this used to work. Why doesn't it work anymore? Now what do I do?
Mm,
You know, so you learn more from failure. It's failure that helps you to grow.
yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, so the thing is people are not encouraged to fail, but I don't want them seeing it as a negative because it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now when does this course begin?
Well, it's going to begin in January
Oh, nice.
because with an 8-week course, we don't have 8 weeks before Christmas. And who wants to do 2 days a week with all the Christmas festivities going on?
Right. We have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. We have, yeah, it's
Yep.
major holiday season. So, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So this course begins in January.
Hmm.
And how can people get a hold of you if they're interested in taking this particular course?
If we can just put on a page for now, if they're interested, leave their name and contact information.
Okay.
And then by the end of next week, I will have it all on the website with the landing page. They could see in details what each week of the course is going to cover and all of the things I've talked about. And if they want to, they can definitely sign up for it.
I love it. So we'll have a form for the waiting list in the link
Mhm. Yes.
below this broadcast that
Hmm.
for people, if you're interested in it, and then you can sign up for the waiting list and or for the information, I should say, and
Say,
then
because there's
Aquila
no
will make sure.
obligation for signing up to get the information.
Right, absolutely. And
Yeah.
then Aquila will make sure you have the information if you've got any questions, and please share with people that you know that might be interested in this. And this is a really interesting and novel twist to what you're seeing out there when people are talking about really learning and teaching AI, because this is a combination of helping you with your own self-awareness by having a motivational map so that you understand where you're at. And then more importantly, Aquila is really going to be doing tactical hands-on work with you so that you'll be able to do this yourself as well.
Well, you know what's also big about this? And I love it because when I tell managers or small business owners who have employees, they love it because you know what? A lot of people who are implementing AI just does not think of change management.
Yes.
What I'm doing is I'm making their employees change ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Yes.
have done all the internal work for them so that when it comes into their environment, because right now what happens if AI is implemented in an environment where people haven't had this kind of training, motivation drops 20%. And when motivation drops 20%, then you have productivity drops.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's valuable. And then at the end of the course, they do the motivational map again.
Ah.
And what we're going to do there is talk about where they started, where they are now. You know,
Mhm.
chances are they're going to be feeling more relaxed, more positive, more enthusiastic about it. And one of the things I like about that, again, is that when they go back to work, they know they're feeling confident. That's what I want for them, is to feel confident. I want them to feel safe. Psychological safety is very important to me. So feel confident, feel safe, have to know that they know what they're supposed to do. They're not behind anybody else. They're at a level that they can do what they need to do at this point in time, and they will continue to learn.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then for those people who have resistance because of their motivational map, I will probably be spending some extra time with them to help them get over it. And then for those who are jump into the deep end of the pool for their first swim, I'll probably say, back up a bit. Here's some of the things you need to learn, the fundamentals of staying afloat.
That's funny. Back up a bit. I love that. And so really, we're talking about building skills that go beyond AI. As you said, this is really about change management, but really it's also about helping people with their mindset and get change ready. I love that you said it was change ready. And
I
so
said,
these are skills that will go way
yeah.
beyond just this particular change because life changes all the time.
Yeah. So we say it's mindset,
Hmm.
it's skill set,
Hmm.
and then it's the toolkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you for sharing this program with everyone. And again, if you are interested in getting information about this particular program, there will be a link that will be for the waiting list. And then once Akila has released the information, you will actually get an email from Akila with the information. And then she'll do another information session so that you can join and get your questions answered. So
Absolutely.
we'll
Yes.
make sure we get you that information about that. And then next week, we're going to be talking, next week is the American Thanksgiving. The Canadian Thanksgiving already happened last month. So and there's a lot of conflict and communication issues that happen in Thanksgiving. So Akila has graciously, she's going to take a little bit from one of the courses in the Design Your Life program, and we're going to talk about how to handle some of the things that might go on so you're not throwing the turkey leg or the stuffing at your cousin that you haven't spoken to in 1,000 years.
And if we could, I think I would, let's reach out and see if our practitioner who's been here before, Robin, who deals with conflict resolution,
No.
if she could be a
Join
guest.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love that. Robin is amazing. So we're going to see if Robin can join us for that conversation because motivation and conflict, there's some really amazing things that can
Yeah.
happen with that combination. So I want to thank everyone for joining us this Wednesday, and we will see you next Wednesday, same time, same location. Thank you, Akila, for today.
Thank you. That was